Obviously you saw the title to this video, so I'm gonna just try to no matter what is happening, this puppy is always the same. I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible for several reasons, but for one, the quicker I get through it, the less I will break down and cry, which is, I don't need that out on the internet forever. As you guys may have seen on the last video that I posted, I was going into town to take Blue to a vet appointment because he had lumps all over his neck. His lymph nodes were really swollen, and so I thought he was fighting some sort of infection. Turns out it was cancer, lymphoma. I got the call from the vet when I was at Gordon's, who was working on Poe. It was the last day. Poe was getting stuff done, and we were right about to leave, and I got the call. And the vet said, it's in all of his lymph nodes. If you want to talk to an oncologist, you can, but with it being spread that far, that's usually not a good sign. And I was really uneducated and unaware that lymphoma acts very fast. So I spent the first 3 days probably of Blue's diagnosis absolutely inconsolable and thinking that he had like 2 weeks to live, because that's how fast lymphoma works. Oh my gosh, Maria, pull it together. Dogs with lymphoma, usually by the time they're diagnosed, they only have like 4 to 8 weeks tops. So it's very fast. It's like you find out, and if they are left untreated, like they're gone. So I spent the first... Oh my gosh, get it together. I spent the first 3 days of Blue's diagnosis thinking that he wasn't going to make it to his 8th birthday. Like, just absolutely, I was not doing well. Still am not really doing that well, but the issue I was having is that all of the oncologists I was calling to get Blue in for an appointment were booked out for weeks, and Blue didn't have that much time. And so by the grace of God, I found an oncologist to take him. I found out on Tuesday, the 29th. So I've only had this information for 5 days. But like I said, I got Blue into an oncologist who we didn't know if Blue would even be eligible for any sort of treatment. We didn't know how far gone it was, but Blue was acting different. He was pretty lethargic, stopped eating the last day, like right before the appointment. Obviously tumors everywhere, like even getting into his face, even his eye. His blue eye right now is not blue, it's totally bloodshot and like green. It's actually kind of freaky looking. So long story short, the oncologist gave him a treatment to see how his body reacts to anything further, like chemotherapy or anything more intense. We have to have a starting point and see how Blue and the cancer handles any sort of treatment. So that was yesterday that he got that done. Yeah, buddy. So we're just kind of waiting to see how he reacts. From what the vet said, if everything goes down in the next few days and Blue's energy returns and he pretty much gets back to normal, then his outlook could be another year or so. I think a year is pretty typical, but she said some dogs do go past that if they respond well to treatment. But if they don't respond well, then it doesn't look good and he could be gone in a couple of months. We just don't know. Just pray good things, that this will go well, that his body will just totally kick its ass and, get that lymphoma out of there. She said with his eye the way it is, it's stage 5, so that's like the worst you can absolutely get. So long as his quality of life is intact and he's not suffering every day, I'm going to do anything I can to obviously extend his life. I have been researching all day, every day since this diagnosis, and have come upon a lot of good studies on diet and other supplements and things to help fight lymphoma. So Blue is currently being switched to an entirely raw ketogenic diet, which is just oh my gosh, it's honestly kind of nasty. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have chicken feet in my fridge right now, and I had to upgrade my fridge to a huge Dometic that has a fridge and a freezer. It does not fit in this rig at all. It's so cumbersome. It's so obnoxious. It takes up half of my sleeping area. I'm looking at it right now. It's crazy, but I need a freezer so that I can feed Blue properly. I'm doing absolutely everything I can. And what's unfortunate is we still don't know. Like, it sounds so stupid, but I like just can't live without this dog, you know? Like, I just can't. There's so many people that are gonna be like, it's just a dog. Like, it's sad, but it happens. I know, but he's 7. Like, I thought I was gonna have another 10 years with him, you know? So it's just, like, really shocking, and I just feel so guilty. You know, I love him, and he lives a good life, and I know that, but it's just, like, there's so many times I'm not present with him, and if anything, this has just taught me to be present with him and give him so much more of my energy. There's so many times I've like edited and just or done anything with life being busy and just been like, I've been physically with him but not present, and I don't know, I just feel really guilty about that. And like the fact that he might not have that much time left is just like, I'm gutted, you know. I know so many of you guys love Blue, and I'm so appreciative of that. And you guys just deserve to know, especially if anybody could be praying. Like, prayer is so powerful, and for everybody to pray for Blue and surround him with that obviously would be very helpful. It's going to be a really long journey ahead. If he responds to the treatment, it's going to be really intense. It's very expensive, but I would sell a kidney for this dog. I genuinely don't care. I will sell Poe. I'll buy a Toyota Corolla. Like, I don't care. I literally don't care. I'll sell everything I have. But it is going to be something that he needs treatment continually, I from what I understand, for the rest of his life. So, that's all I know right now. That's all the options that I have. I do have some pre-scheduled content coming up, so you guys see videos of me coming on camera and being like super chipper and acting like everything's okay. Just don't really pay that any mind. Sure, I know this is not fast-paced editing. It's probably so boring to watch, but I had to tell you guys what was going on, and I don't know how to do that besides sit down and cry to you, so. And tell you that my dog is eating chicken feet, you know? Like, everybody, if you've got a dog, go home and give him a long hug for me tonight, and say a prayer for Blue. We'll keep you guys updated when we can. Okay. Look at that huge fridge. Oh. Love you, puppy.